Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of Wind River. Let's do it. Wind River is written and directed by Hell or High Water and Sicario writer Taylor Sheridan. The film stars Jeremy Renner, Elizabeth Olsen, good Canadian boy Graham Greene, Kelsey Asbill, Gil Birmingham, and John Bernthal. After a First Nations woman is found raped and murdered on a native reservation in Wyoming, an FBI agent teams with a local veteran game tracker to investigate the murder. First off, I gotta say, I haven't seen Hell or High Water or Sicario, and now I really want to. Now, I think I've said this before in videos, but the reason why I go to movies, or one of the reasons why I go to movies, what I appreciate about most art is supposed to make you feel something. It's supposed to give you some kind of cathartic response. I don't care, make me laugh, make me cry, make me mad, just make me feel something. Yeah, this movie did a couple of those. Not gonna lie, this movie kind of broke me a little bit. It's very good, but it's very sad and it'll make you pretty angry, so know that going in. First, let's talk about the cast. Jeremy Renner, I've always liked Jeremy Renner. I think he's a solid actor, but he definitely went over and above in this one. I have a newfound respect for this guy. He doesn't have any big Oscar moments like crazy weeping, crying. It's all very contained, but in a very real and believable way. Elizabeth Olsen, who plays the FBI agent, she was very good throughout most of the movie. Throughout most of the movie, I'm like, okay, you're pretty good. Then she has a scene in the end, and I was like, hot damn, you're really good. Also, who doesn't love Graham Greene? I mean, come on now. John Bernthal does a good job in the movie. He's not in it very much at all, but when he is, he's pretty intense. And he's very good. Kelsey Asbill, again, she plays the woman who is killed. And again, she's in the movie very little, but what she does with it really worked. But the standout for me was Gil Birmingham. He plays Martin, who is the girl's father. And there's a moment between Martin and Jeremy Renner's character, Corey, and it's a really heartbreaking scene. But what the director did in that scene that I thought was absolutely beautiful was, it's a very emotional, heart-wrenching scene, but the camera cuts away. We hear what's going on, but we don't actually see it, almost as though the movie is giving the character privacy for this moment of grief. And I thought that was just a wonderful decision from the director. It really made the scene even more effective, I think, than having just seen it. The writing in this movie is very solid. There were so many moments where I thought it was going to get really cliche, like a character says this, and then I'm like, okay, now this character's going to say this, and it never happened once. The dialogue was always surprising to me. It always felt very truthful. I really liked it. Well done, Sheridan. Good job, sir. The only problem I had with the writing, and it's a small quibble, and it's really my only problem with the movie, and it's very small. About halfway through the movie, maybe a little bit earlier, I started thinking I knew where it was going, and I turned out to be mostly right, but I can't complain because I found the ending really powerful, so yeah. The score, which doesn't pop up too frequently in the movie, but it is appropriately haunting for the material that's going on in the film, is very good, and the whole time, this sounds really familiar, this style. Turns out it was Nick Cave and his frequent collaborator, Nick Ellis. And yeah, it really was really nice. Like I said, it was very haunting, very sparse, very minimalist, which works with the terrain of the world. I'll get to that shortly. I want to talk about the pacing. This movie is not overly long. I believe it's an hour and 47 minutes, and it is a bit of a slow burn. The first act is kind of slow, not boring by any means. I was totally locked in through the whole movie. I didn't check my watch once. But the film does take its time, but once it gets going, it really starts moving. There's very little action in this movie. This is by no means an action flick, but what is there is handled very well, and it's very frenetic, choppy, but in a good way, and really gets your heart pumping. The violence as well. When violence happens, it's done, I think a lot of it is the sound design. It's very powerful. It hits you on a very primal level, which is good because this film is inspired by true events. I don't know how true the events are. I mean, we know that in the States and here in Canada, there is a problem with First Nations women being killed, being kidnapped, and kind of nobody doing anything about it. So having the violence feel really real, I think, elevated this film. The locations in this movie are just stunning to look at. The film takes place in Wyoming, but from what I've read, it was filmed in Utah, and it's just these breathtaking, wintry, mountainous landscapes. It's absolutely gorgeous. It makes you want to live there until they talk about how cold it is, and then you don't want to live there anymore. In the end, I thought Wind River was a great film. It's very well made, it's very emotional, it'll make you sad, it'll make you angry. I'm going on record to say it's easily one of the best films I've seen all year. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to give Wind River, and I think I'm going to give Wind River a out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen Wind River? What did you think about it? Have you seen Hell or High Water and Sicario? Should I see it? Tell me in the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really liked it. And consider subscribing to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that kind of good stuff. If you'd like to do so, just click the Court Shake logo at the bottom right of your screen. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, which will be my review of It on Friday. I am super psyched. Take care.